My name is Norma. I'm part of Arlington County's Storytellers. We're called Spellbinders. And we will tell stories in the schools, in the parks, for anyone who enjoys a story. I think everyone enjoys a story. Today's story is about Gecko. Gecko is an armadillo, and he is a nuisance. Now, the animals in the forest are fairly friendly with one another and don't complain, but Gecko complains about everything. One day, he goes to the old man who is the leader of the castle, and he says to him, "I couldn't sleep all night." And the old man says, "Well, why?" "Because those fireflies, they flicker on and off all night. I could not sleep." And the old man says, "Gecko, I will talk to the fireflies." So the old man goes and talks to the fireflies, who say to him, "But we have to just light up the night, because our friends, the other animals, will trip and fall." The old man says, "That's a good reason. I'll tell Gecko." Gecko comes back the next day. "I thought you were going to talk to the fireflies and get them to stop, but they are still flying bright and light, and I can't sleep." "Gecko," the old man says, "they're doing a good deed for all the animals in the forest. They don't want the animals to trip in the night." Gecko says, "Well, all right." Next day he comes back and he says, "I can't sleep." "Why can't you sleep, Gecko?" "It's the woodpeckers. I hear them going peck, peck, peck all night long." Do you think they're sending us a message that there's something dangerous in the forest?" "Gecko, I will talk to the woodpeckers." So the old man goes and talks to the woodpeckers, who say, "But we have to peck, peck. We have to keep the animals awake so that they don't fall in the night." Oh, the old man says, "That's a kind thing to do. All right, I'll talk to Gecko." "Gecko, I've talked to the woodpeckers. They simply have to peck, peck, peck all night long because they don't want the animals to fall asleep and fall off their branches and fall into their holes." Oh, Gecko, they are doing something good. Well, Gecko is not happy. The next day, he comes back and he says to the old man, "I cannot sleep. I need help. I just cannot sleep." "What's the matter, Gecko?" "Well, I hear the bluebirds and they're fluttering and I can't sleep." "Well, Gecko, that's what bluebirds are supposed to do. They're supposed to flutter." "Well, Maybe they're supposed to flutter, but I can't sleep. All right, Gecko, I will talk to the bluebirds. The old man goes and he talks to the bluebirds. The bluebirds say, well, we have to flutter, because there are elephants. There are big animals, and we have to let all the little animals know where they are. All right, the old man says, that is a kind thing to do. And he goes and he tells Gecko. Gecko is not happy, but he goes home. And the next day, he comes back again. And he says, you were going to talk to all these animals, but there are big holes in the road, and I can't sleep, and they're trying to keep the other animals from falling into these holes. What makes the holes? It's the rain, Gecko. The rain makes the holes. Well, why is the rain raining? Well, the rain is raining because it makes the holes, and the holes hold the water, and the water holds the mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes are what gives you something to eat. Oh, well, I'm not hungry now. So why are they making holes and putting mosquitoes and water in the holes? Well, I'll talk to them. The old man goes and he talks to rain and he talks to the mosquitoes. And who hears him but an elephant? And the elephant says, I know what I'll do. I'll poop in the holes, and it will fill up the holes, and no one will fall in the holes, and Gecko will be quiet, and everything will be good. So the elephant goes and poops in the holes. The rain says, Elephant, that's not good, because if there aren't holes, there won't be water. And if there's no water, if there's no puddle, there won't be mosquitoes. And if there are no mosquitoes, Gecko won't have anything to eat. Gecko thinks about that. And he says, well, they're making holes so that the holes will hold water. The water makes the mosquitoes come. But if there aren't any mosquitoes, I won't have anything to eat. Well, I think I'm just going to have to put up with the fireflies and the woodpeckers and the bluebirds and the rain, because I do have to have something to eat. And so Gecko learned that sometimes you may be irritated, but you just have to put up with it. And that was Gecko's lesson. Today, I told a story about Gecko. Gecko was a very irritable animal, but he finally learned sometimes you have to just put up with the irritation. And I hope you enjoyed it.